So today I'm talking about how to hear the Holy Spirit. What is the Holy Spirit? We have different voices that are speaking to us every single day. We don't even know the voice of the Holy Spirit. I'm going to be reading John 14 verse 15 to 17, and it says, "If you love me, keep my commands, and I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you." And also I want to read John 16 verse 13. It says, "But when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all the truth. He will not speak on his own. He will speak only what he hears, and he will tell you what is yet to come." This is where Jesus is preparing his disciples for his departure to go to heaven. And he's telling them that I'm going to give you this Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, who speaks of the truth and who only speaks of what it hears. The Spirit of truth that Jesus is talking about is the Spirit of truth that lives right inside of you. It's already there. Are you able to hear the Holy Spirit speaking to you? Please give this video a thumbs up. The more you like this video, the more YouTube is able to push it so that more people can be able to see it. I would really appreciate it. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I also recently asked myself, when did I start hearing the voice of the Holy Spirit? When did I start discerning God's voice? And this actually takes me back to 2021, the 31st of December. Pumile Daba and her husband sit down for a YouTube video and they talk about the Daniel fast. And they mentioned that the Daniel fast is a fast that is done for 21 days, and it's done eating specific foods, and also it's usually done at the beginning of the year. And it was my first time hearing about this fast, and for some reason this fast got me intrigued and I wanted to do this fast, even though I did not understand it fully, but I wanted to do this fast. Just to give you a background story, I always had a negative feeling towards fasting. I've always attached it to weight loss, and I have fasted before. I fasted because the situation that I was in was forcing me to fast, and I was fasting because other people were telling me to fast, not because it was coming from me. So here I am, for the first time in my entire life, I want to do this fast. I don't understand it. I don't know what it means, but I want to do this fast. And you know what? I go and read the book of Daniel where he fasts for 3 weeks. Honestly, I did not understand what the book was saying at the time, but I wanted to do that fast. 2022 comes, I start preparing for this fast online. I started Googling different recipes online. So what I knew at the time is that I want to make sure that I stick to the foods that I need to eat and I finish this fast. Those were the two main goals for my fast. So I did the fast for 21 days. I recently realized this, that in 2022, there was a voice in me that started speaking, and this voice was polite. This voice was assertive. This voice had a lot of grace for me. This voice was pointing out certain things about my life that I was starting to realize that I did not love. This voice would say, "So this background that you see in the back, do you like how everything is set out here? Is there anything that you would like to change? Like, do you like that particular watch where it's sitting?" The voice would say things like that to me. And honestly speaking, I did try to make changes in my life in 2022, but fear quickly got to me and I would immediately return to my comfort zone. And the year 2022 passes, and then 2023 comes, and now with 2023 I'm like, I want to do this fast again. Something happened in 2022. I can't put my finger on it, but I want to do this fast again. So I do the fast for 21 days, and now the voice is starting to get louder. It's not only pinpointing the things that are not making me happy in my life, those things are starting to irritate me. Now I'm starting to question, is this the life for me? Do I want this for myself? Second half of 2023 was the best year of my life. I walked away from relationships. I walked away from things that were no longer serving me. For some reason, I found courage to actually walk away. And usually when you want to leave things that no longer serve you, you always have that voice calling you back. At the time in 2023, the voice of the Holy Spirit was more present than ever. Its voice was the loudest out of all the voices that I hear. Wanting to go back to a situation, and the voice of the Holy Spirit said to me, "It took you this long to get out of the door. Now you want to go back." When that voice said that to me, I did not even look back. I kept walking. I kept walking as fast as I could. Not only was I walking away from things and situations, now I started realizing that I can't do this life by myself. I cannot do it by myself. I need God. And mind you, for the past 2 years on my vision board, I had a picture of a Bible that I want to read my Bible. But for the life of me, I would not even get to reading my Bible. I felt this force pushing me to build a relationship with God. And this force was not forceful. It was pushing me in the direction of God. And that's when I started reading my word every single day. And the more I read my word, the more I started seeing changes that were happening in me. The more I started looking at the world in different eyes. The more I started seeing that I do not have to carry the burdens of the world by myself. I do not have to figure out everything by myself. When I started reading my word and I started implementing Bible verses in my prayers, I realized that I was becoming more prayerful. And when you become more prayerful, you're no longer relying on your own understanding. You are relying on God to guide you. And that's how I started now realizing that this voice was starting to be activated in me. It was starting to get all pumped up now. It was starting now to direct me and correct me in my steps. And also what I love reading about the Bible works on your character. You start realizing the bad characteristics that you carry that you were not even aware of before. God started showing me that I'm attached to money. I have envy. The more these things are starting to be pointed out, the more now you want to really get to know God. God, then who am I if this is who I am? I do not want to be this person. And now it brings me to my last point where I talk about discerning different voices. We have the voice that we've just spoken about, the spirit of truth. The spirit of truth will always refer you to the word. The voice in your head that's actually speaking the words that are in the Bible, then that is the Holy Spirit. And we have to deal with secular voices that are constantly around us. Voices of friends, voices of family members, voices of community, how we grew up and what is it that we believe in. Those are secular voices that have shaped us to be the people that we are. So you need to be able to discern, does those secular voices bring me closer to God, or are they bringing me further from God? Because honestly, with this journey, what I realized, I started questioning cultural customs. Are we doing these things because they're aligned with God, or are we doing them because they are based on generations that came before us? So those are the questions that you're going to actually be coming across. You need to be able to stay strong and make sure that you read your word. And then we talk about satanic voices. It's always about you and what is happening to you. It has no interest about other people, but always about you. When things are happening in your life, you always see yourself as the victim. You always see that people are always against you. Those are satanic voices that you need to be able to discern. You need to always ask yourself, God, is these feelings that I'm feeling, is these thoughts that are coming from me, are they bringing me closer to you? How are you going to know if this is the voice of the Holy Spirit? You need to start reading your word. The more you start understanding who God is in your life, when you start reading your word and learning how to fast. If you're somebody that you were like me, who was anti-fasting, try fasting for a day and see where that leads you. Because one thing for sure, it should be leading you to the door of God. So that was all for today. Please do not forget to check out my digital store. The link is in the description. I have a Walk in Love with God as a 2-in-1 journal. It has self-reflection verses that will help to empower you. I believe everyone has questions on conviction, condemnation, trusting God. Is God there? Those are the questions that you will get to answer in the Walk in Love with God journal. I will definitely see you in another video.